When Emily inherited her grandmother's old Victorian house, she didn't know what to expect. The house was a bit of a legend in their small town, known for its ivy-covered walls, tall windows, and creaky wooden floors. Emily's grandmother, Rose, had been a private person, rarely speaking about her past or the people she'd loved. Now, as Emily stood in the grand entryway, she felt a strange mix of excitement and longing, as though the house were urging her to uncover its secrets. One rainy evening, as she explored the house, Emily found herself in the attic. She was rummaging through old trunks and faded photo albums when she discovered a small wooden box, tucked away in a dusty corner. The box was locked, but curiosity got the best of her, and after searching the drawers, she found a small key that fit perfectly. Inside were a stack of letters, each carefully bound with a ribbon. The handwriting on the envelopes was delicate and neat, with each letter addressed simply to "My dearest." Emily recognized her grandmother's handwriting immediately, and her heart skipped a beat as she carefully opened the first letter. The letters told a love story, one that spanned years and continents. Her grandmother, Rose, had fallen deeply in love with a man named Thomas, a young artist she had met while traveling in Europe. Each letter was filled with longing and devotion, a testament to the bond they had shared. But as Emily read on, she realized there was a sadness woven into the words. Rose and Thomas had been separated by circumstances beyond their control, yet they had never truly let go of each other. As days turned into weeks, Emily became captivated by the letters. She read them every night, feeling closer to her grandmother with each word. She felt the echoes of Rose's emotions, the joy of young love, the sorrow of separation, and the bittersweet hope that one day they might be reunited. One evening, as she was reading by candlelight, Emily came across a letter that made her pause. It was different from the others, its paper worn and faded more than the rest. The letter spoke of a promise, a vow made between Rose and Thomas to meet again one last time. Rose had promised to return to a small town in Italy, where they had spent a magical summer together, on the anniversary of their last meeting. The letter ended with a simple line, "I will wait for you, my love, in the place where our hearts first met." Emily felt a surge of curiosity. She had never heard of this part of her grandmother's life, and yet, the idea of honoring this promise filled her with a sense of purpose. She decided to book a trip to Italy, determined to find the place that had meant so much to her grandmother. When Emily arrived in Italy, she felt as though she had stepped into a dream. The town was charming, with cobblestone streets, colorful buildings, and a vibrant marketplace filled with laughter and music. She wandered the town, asking locals about the places her grandmother had described in her letters, slowly piecing together the story of Rose and Thomas. Finally, she found herself in a small, secluded garden overlooking the sea. The garden was quiet, with blooming flowers and a stone bench nestled beneath a flowering tree. Emily sat down, feeling a strange sense of peace as she gazed at the ocean, her thoughts drifting to Rose and Thomas. As she sat there, a voice broke the silence. "I see you found our place." Emily turned, startled, to find an elderly man standing a few feet away. He had kind eyes and a gentle smile, and he held a small bouquet of flowers in his hands. "Are you Thomas?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper. The man nodded, his gaze distant yet filled with warmth. "I have come here every year, hoping to see her again," he said softly. "I never knew if she would return, but I couldn't let go of the hope." Emily's heart ached as she listened to him. She told him about her grandmother, about the letters she had found, and the love they had shared. Thomas listened, his eyes filling with tears as he held one of Rose's letters in his trembling hands. "She was the love of my life," he whispered, his voice thick with emotion. "We had such little time together, but it was enough to change me forever." They sat together in silence, the weight of years passing between them. Emily felt as though she were witnessing something sacred, a love that had endured despite the distance and the years. As the sun began to set, Thomas took Emily's hand and placed the bouquet on the stone bench, a final tribute to the woman he had loved. Thank you for bringing her back to me, he said, his voice filled with gratitude. I think I can finally let go now, knowing that she loved me until the end. Emily watched him walk away, his figure fading into the golden light of the evening. She felt a sense of closure, a quiet understanding that her grandmother's story had come full circle. When she returned home, she placed the letters back in their wooden box, feeling as though she had been given a precious gift, a glimpse into a love that had defied time and distance. And as she looked at the box one last time, she felt a warmth in her heart, knowing that her grandmother's love story would live on, forever cherished.